What's up, guys, and welcome back to the GameShow Global Esports Cup. It's going to be another best of two. Ninjas in Pyjamas going up against Abraxas. This is going to be the second match for Abraxas. They 2-0'd Stark. Not a bad start, and now they're up against Ninjas in Pyjamas. Definitely not easy opponents, so we'll see if they're able to pull it out. Ninjas in Pyjamas not really performing too well as of late, but yeah, who knows? It's going to come down, of course, to the draft. I'm Mikelorus, going to be your only caster for today. And unfortunately, Ninjas in Pyjamas, like, I saw their names in the lobby. They were all tagged up properly, and then when we joined the game, it wasn't. Got no idea. These are all the proper Ninjas in Pyjamas players. So if you bet on them, don't worry. They're not going to pull a first departure and suddenly be without any of their players. Yes, FD, I'm calling you out right now. But I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding. Jeez. Alright, so anyway, it's been a very long time since I personally have casted Ninjas in Pyjamas. I don't think I've actually ever casted them under this name. Last time I casted them, they were referred to as Lions, and that was a hell of a long time ago. But yeah, they've had mixed success. They've been, again, as I said, struggling as of late, and up against Abraxas, a team that not many people know that much about. It may be a little bit of a difficult matchup for them if they're really not feeling super comfortable. Abraxas definitely did impress me in their series versus Stark, so we'll see if they can go for that again and maybe crawl to the top of the group. Certainly would have been surprising, as Abraxas, again, not really going to be one of the, not really a household name, let's say. But let's take a look at the draft. Doom going to be banned out. Night Stalker still in, however, with Darkseer, Tusk, and an Io. I mean, a lot of heroes going to be, a lot of big heroes going to be banned out. Wouldn't be surprised to see Ninjas in Pyjamas grab either a Winter Wyvern or a Dazzle as their second hero. Abraxas, they grab a Bane, which is fantastic, which means more Bane references for me. And of course, you guys have to deal with that as well. And I don't care if you don't like it. I'm just going to keep making him anyway. But yeah, for Abraxas, Night Stalker seems like a pretty reasonable opening for them. Alternatively, going for Ember Spirit, not bad, but the Night Stalker just a little bit better. Night Stalker is good against Ember Spirit, really going to influence Ninjas in Pyjamas to not pick that one up right now, or at least make them a little bit more scared of picking that one up. And if they don't ban it up, then Abraxas can pick it up third. And then everything works out really well for Abraxas. So, yeah, it's a Night Stalker. It's a Bane. I mean, these are really powerful heroes. Bane, I think you maybe get a little bit later, but I do think the setup and the amount of damage that he does is unique enough within the hero himself that it at least justifies the early pick. And then Ninjas in Pyjamas are going to grab some pretty standard stuff for themselves as well. Interesting enough to see them ban out the Broodmother. Now, as annoying as Broodmother is to play up against, she also is a great hero with Dazzle, is also a great hero with minus armor. So Ninja in Pyjamas could have run a very, very obnoxious set of heroes where they just, surround with Spiderlings, blast them with the Shadow Wave, and do a hell of a lot of damage. And, keeping their eyes open for, like, Slardar and a Templar Assassin down the line, those typical minus armor heroes. But it seems like they're just more scared about playing against this hero, and fair enough. Some teams just don't want to touch a Broodmother with a 20-foot pole. Some teams insta-first ban the Broodmother for those similar reasons. I'm not really sure if that's really the best way to go, but hey, I mean, it's annoying. It's very annoying. TA also getting banned out. Looks like Ninja Pyjamas don't want to be going up against any sort of early game aggression at all from the Abraxas side, but the Abraxas ban is actually looking pretty interesting. It's a Legion Commander to be booted out, and Legion Commander, I mean, though, is okay with Dazzle, okay with Shadow Fiend, is pretty hard countered by Night Stalker and Bane. Like, if you just get gripped or brain sapped during that duel, you're probably not going to win it. Granted, Bane is a little bit of a clunky hero at dealing with this Legion Commander, but still, the ban out is fairly interesting. I don't think Ninjas in Pyjamas have run that recently, at least I haven't seen them. Then again, to be fair, I don't really follow the Ninjas in Pyjamas side. I don't think they've run it recently. I could check real fast, but I don't really know how much intel that's going to give me. Yeah, again, it is possible, I suppose. Put that in the offlane, Jonathan fans' hands. Yeah, Spirit Breaker also going to get to the ban out. Seems like both these teams kind of want to play a slower game. I mean, the Night Stalker does have to deal with a lot of shit if he's going to be roaming around during the nighttime phase, and also there's a Spirit Breaker kind of following him. Abraxas is just going to grab the Queen of Pain. It was either like a Queen of Pain or Wind Ranger toss-up for mid lane up against that SF. And the differences aren't going to be too substantial there as far as how they manage the lane versus the SF. What this hero does do, however, perhaps a little bit better than the Wind Ranger, is Snowball, as the Wind Ranger doesn't really get off the ground until she gets, unless she's really lucky in lane, doesn't really get off the ground until she really has her Aghanim Scepter. Once she has that, yeah, she's going to be good to go. And then Blink Dagger following, and then things get really out of control. But Queen of Pain can do it before she gets any items. So it gets a little bit more active for Abraxas a little bit earlier. They can roam around in the Shadow Fiend really easily.
Reserve time.
Just with the Bane, get the Night Stalker involved in there as well. Of course, during the nighttime phase, but Ninja Pyjamas, their Shadow Fiend, if it is going to go towards mid lane, might be in for a little bit of trouble. And they still can go for Winter Wyvern or that Slardar, okay. So we're going to have a little bit of minus armor for Ninjas in Pyjamas. They have the minus armor coming out from the Slardar, a little bit from the Shadow Fiend, and the Shadow Fiend is that payoff hero. A lot of physical damage inherently because of Necromastery, and you do a little bit more up against amplified damage targets. Now, I don't think they're going to go for any more minus armor. They really do have to prioritize their control. Try to do it with the Queen of Pain, try to get interrupts for the Bane's grip. And I guess you could go for Vengeful Spirit, kind of lands in the middle between those two.
Dire team pick.
It is kind of going deep for that strategy, though, and it's not a good hero to have versus Night Stalker. Magic Missile is even something that the Queen of Pain can dodge down the line, so I don't think they're going to get a ton of minus armor. Lich would be pretty good with the Slardar. I really do like that dual lane, but it seems like, no, they're just going to go for Brute Force Aggression. Got an Undying pickup now from Ninja Pyjamas. This is mostly prompted by the fact that Abraxas' 4th picked the Rubik. I mean, Rubik's not a bad hero necessarily. It doesn't really have many great skills to steal. Like, Grave is fantastic. Slardar's skills are I guess Amplify Damage is kind of nice, but if you're going to try to steal from Slardar and amplify him, you're probably going to die straight after. And they don't really have many great heroes to use the Amplify Damage on the Abraxas side. Undying skills are okay. Shadow Fiend skills are okay, but yeah, this Rubik seems kind of like a weak pick to me for Abraxas. Like, when you have a Bane, you already have that set up, and generally Rubik is picked for the same reason, to just set up for some sort of combo. I think if this Rubik was a Lina, they would be in a much better position. I mean, having a point-click disable certainly is nice, but I don't know if it's worth it for Abraxas at this point. I don't know if this Clockwork pick was even in consideration for Abraxas. Really weird from Ninjas in Pyjamas. I would expect the Night Stalker to go towards the offlane, maybe in a dual lane capacity, maybe just by himself, or maybe even an offensive tri-lane for Abraxas. Gyrocopter's still in. It seems like probably their most reasonable pickup right now. Alternatively, Bane and Razor with Rubik is a pretty obnoxious combination that Abraxas can very easily run. Wouldn't mind seeing either of those two heroes picked up right now. I think as far as real standard heroes in the metagame, those are probably the big two that are on Abraxas' minds.
5 seconds remaining.
For Ninjas in Pyjamas, not going to be that Axe, something that Jonathan Fan does run quite often. Undying seems like Abraxas think that he's going to be played support, and I don't think that's terribly unjustified. Although Ninjas in Pyjamas do need a little bit more control, and for Abraxas, it's going to be a Wraith King. Very interesting pickup there. There's a hero that they can definitely, Ninjas Pyjamas, crunch through twice with the minus armor and massive damage that they have. I would have also liked to see some mobility heroes from Abraxas, given the fact that Ninja Pyjamas don't really have that much CC. But yeah, Wraith King is going to be picked up. I guess is kind of okay with the setup, like just being able to walk into melee range. Usually that's why Wraith Kings get Blink Daggers, right? So that they can blink into melee range, Wraith Fire Blast, then immediately start right-clicking afterwards. Because Wraith King doesn't do that much damage. Like, he's no Slaughter, he's no Shadow Fiend, let's say. It's for the NIP side instead to grab the Gyrocopter, so offlane Slardar, it seems. Maybe even an offensive dual lane or offensive tri-lane for Ninja Pyjamas. They are still, again, on the aggressive track. And for Abraxas, I mean, they're going to be playing this similarly aggressively. So watch out for TPs. The Undying and Dazzle versus Rubik Bane, I would say for Ninja Pyjamas, slightly stronger as far as their ability for their supports to really get involved in those fights. It is not by a significant amount, but, Undying versus anyone who also wants to be going aggressively is perfect because, well, he's Undying. That's how he rolls. And of course, the Gyrocopter is at a super premium in those early game exchanges. Rocket Barrage is ridiculously bonkers. But yeah, this Wraith King is going to have a little bit of a late game ceiling. Again, I'm not really a huge fan of Wraith King in general. I feel like Abraxas are kind of just like awkwardly in this mid-game phase where they don't even have a decisive lead over NIP should it come to that mid-game. But we'll see. Guys, we're going to go into Game 1 Abraxas on the Radiant, Ninjas in Pyjamas on the Dire. And for Abraxas, they're going to put Ochre on the Night Stalker. A very famous area, 1, 2, 3, 4 is on the Rubik. We got Pillows on the Bane. He always plays this hero. I feel like it's always there for Abraxas. Ascendancy is on the Wraith King. Slash Strike is on the Queen of Pain. For the NIP side, again, their names got messed up in the the Reborn lobby thingamajig. I'm pretty sure this is what Ace is saying, but probably not since he mentioned Skype. Anyway, from top to bottom, it's going to be Hanskin, Limp, Seal Kid, Ira, and Jonathan Fan. I'm not going to remember that, so that's the only time I'm going to say that. I'm just going to be calling them what they're tagged up as, because next game they should have all their proper names. Reborn is still Reborn. You guys know how it is. But yes, rest assured, Ninja Pyjamas are all here, and they're all who they're supposed to be playing. Like offlane for offlane, Ira for the gyrocopter, pretty standard stuff. But what Ira does not want to see right now is heroes up on this hill, because up against Nightmare and Lift Up, he's in a lot of trouble. Wraithfire Blast at melee range, completely surrounded. Here comes the beatdown. They don't even need the Wraithfire Blast, but they're going to use it anyway. Ascendancy with one swipe of his sword is going to draw first blood. Ira just walking into the wrong neighborhood. That's a wrong neighborhood gank right there. Ascendancy is going to probably think about going towards the bottom lane as we would expect, although definitely offensive lanes for Abraxas are a possibility, a slim one, or even dual lanes. Looks like that's not going to happen. Instead, we have Pillows actually placing an Observe Ward over in mid lane. Oh, Courier. Courier is pulling out a ward to chill. Looks like the Courier should not be sniped here. It is going to be, Chill's going to be just fine. This is not Chill from Goomba. This is, in fact, Seal Kid. I'm told, I'm pretty sure I wrote it down correctly. But yeah, Pillow's looking for a little bit of action in this mid lane matchup versus Limp. Slash Strike has a dagger, and that's kind of nice, and he can start trading hits early on with the Shadow Fiend, but I'm not really sure if this is super viable. They do see the kind of light build in the Shadow Fiend, so they can expect the bottle to be coming out, but Pillows in the meantime is doing nothing while he's just waiting up there. And for Ninjas in Pyjamas, they have the Undyne, they have the Slardar dual lane. It's not the most aggressive, you know, replace Slaughter with the Darkseer, or replace either of these two heroes with the Darkseer, and things get really bad. Especially Boots first with Rubik. But Wraith King really doesn't want to be fighting super early on like this, and he really can't afford to fight up against an Undying, simply because he's a strength hero. He loses damage when he gets hit with the Decay. Not to mention health, and it does damage in and of itself. So this is going to be an almost completely locked down lane by Ninjas in Pyjamas. It's not going to be a lane where they can keep the enemies out of the lane. They will still be getting experience of Abraxas, but not super comfortably. And Jonas Fan is going to be looking to get in there. Speaking of getting in there, Courier. Oh, they sense it. I don't know how Ninja in Pyjamas actually sense it, but they do. The Courier is going to take the long ride around. Slash Strike going to jump forward, however, towards the mid lane. Limp in a little bit of trouble already. Is not going to die to this, but is going to have to chug almost the entirety of his bottle as soon as he gets it. And now the Courier, on the return trip. Oh no, Courier, I guess you deliver your bottle, but it looks like he's just a little bit too far away. Pillows wastes the first minute and a half of this game just waiting for a Courier that's never going to come. Sucks to be him, but hey, sometimes it just happens. That's just what happens. Again, I would expect the mid lane to be drawing fairly evenly. I would expect the bottom lane to be out farming for Ninjas in Pyjamas versus this Wraith King. And Wraith King, he really just does need his farm, a lot of it. That's why we see Hands of Midas on Wraith King more so than on other heroes. Slaughter just needs a Blink Dagger, and he's good to go up towards top lane. In the meantime, Dazzle dropping fairly low. It seems like Ochre with the last right click not quite going to do it. He's going to respect the Gyrocopter's Rocket Barrage, only level 1, granted, but it is enough to make him a little bit scared. Now we have a full tri-lane down towards bottom, but going into the Undying with a tri-lane, I mean, yes, Slardar is going to have a rougher time here, taking a lot more extra damage, but Undying's going to be fine in this lane. So I'm not really sure if Abraxas really wanted a Wraith King here. Again, if they picked a Gyrocopter, I feel like it would have been aces. They picked it up before Ninja Pyjamas did. Ochre going to get Rocket Barraged again by Ira, taking a pretty big hit from that heal bomb. And he's going to be just fine, though. But this is a really awkward situation for Wraith King to be in. Yes, he does have 2 mangoes, so he does have, in theory, a lot of mana to work with. Wraithfire Blast as a skill is a stun, but as far as the damage output tool is concerned, it's not really that high. Now they're going to sprint forward, looking for a Crush. It's not going to happen just yet because he has Lift Up. Crush still lands onto 2 heroes as the Tombstone is now deployed. Rubik's going to try to break it down, and he does. And now Jonas Fan is in a lot of trouble right now. He's going to run to the south. He will burn to something. He's going to try to salve up. That's not going to happen. He's going to get speared in the back. Slaughter down. Undying should survive, although another Wraithfire Blast is going to be thrown out. They have a Brain Sap. I don't think that's going to do it, although it might. He's going to stick up. Undying looking for a Decay. Won't get it. Gets Fade Bolted. Abraxas is going to get 2 kills on this bottom lane. As Ninjas in Pyjamas, that lift up on the Slardar mid-crush animation, I think jammed up their fight just long enough. Also, keep in mind this is a level 1 Tombstone. Rubik was under no pressure that entire time, was able to freely right-click it. So the Tombstone, though it did summon quite a few zombies. Those zombies, do quite a bit of damage if you actually let them summon. It's still not really going to be that much damage. Oh wow, Shadow Fiend actually dropping solo to Slash Strike. I'm sorry guys for missing that one. But 4-0 for Abraxas. The Ninjas in Pyjamas already not in a good spot.
Under attack.
It is nighttime also for Abraxas. Things are going to get a lot more dangerous across the map. Night Stalker is level 4. Pretty much exactly where you want to be as a Night Stalker during the first nighttime phase. I don't think you can get a kill on Era in this lane. The Rocket Barrage, though, is not available any longer. But still, if he roams around to really any other given lane, that is going to be a very dangerous lane for the Night Stalker. He may just want to stay up here because he is getting quite a bit of experience in this top lane, now level 5. He's going to run into Era right now, who has just 4 mana away from his Rocket Barrage, still taking a lot of damage, however. Oker is going to see the mana, counting it, and that's a good play from Night Stalker. We've got to be aggressive, but not suicidally so. Getting his phase boots during this first nighttime phase, not a terrible plan either for the Abraxas side. As bottom lane, they're going to get the stun off onto the Slaughter. Tombstone is deployed right now. Slaughter looking for a Crush is going to get put to sleep as the zombies do stack up. They will destroy the Tombstone eventually. Crush now onto Pillows. He's going to drop very quickly with Dazzle coming in as well. And now there's the Grave onto Slaughter. He's not going to die anytime soon. He's going to get into the trees and try to salve up so he can return to this fight. They're going to go for Ascendancy. No, they're going to go for the Rubik. Seems like Rubik, well, with the boots, should be fast enough to get out of harm's way. Although another Decay almost going to kill him off. 9 HP left. Rubik should survive. This time with the TP coming in from the Dazzle, they will turn that around and make it a kill for the Ninjas in Pyjamas side, getting a kill on the Bane. Not too terrible there. But still, it is something that Ninjas in Pyjamas really can't bank on the entire time. That was a very, very narrow escape for Jonas and Fan. Like, that was a little bit too close for comfort. But as the Undying gets his levels, as the Tombstone gets leveled up, it's going to be a much more effective tool versus the Abraxas side. Up towards the top, Era trading hits once again with the Night Stalker. Rocket Barrage again, though. And Gyrocopter's now out of mana, but similarly so is Ogre. You can't go in for that any longer. Shadowfiend in the meantime, leaving the mid lane towards the Quap. She is skyrocketing in net worth. In fact, she has more CS than the Shadowfiend, even after Shadowfiend has cleared out a couple stacks. Slash Strike now going to look towards the top lane. Is spotted on the incoming. So it looks like she shouldn't be able to kill off anyone here. But still is farming on top of the net worth chart, substantially ahead of the enemy SF. And that's exactly where this Shadowfiend does not want to be. That's why he has to go into this jungle, but for Limp, it doesn't seem like there's much that he can get. Oh, and Chill. Oh, Seal Kid is in a rough position right now. He's going to get Shadow Struck up. There's a haste rune on this Queen of Pain, though. It will time out. Scream Pain, Sonic Wave, almost going to guarantee the kill. It looks like Chill's going to teleport back to the fountain. He will be just fine. Although, barely. Queen of Pain doesn't invest pretty much anything but a little bit of mana and a little bit of time to force out 75 gold out of a Dazzle, keep him off the map. And that means the bottom lane can fight with knowing that there is no Dazzle involved, should they actually get into a massive engagement. But 4-1 in Abraxas. They are still in control of this game, though. Nighttime is falling. Or is going to be shutting down soon. Daytime is going to be breaking. So this first nighttime phase, not super huge for the Night Stalker. He is getting quite a few levels, though, and as I always say, it's always the second nighttime phase that makes or breaks it for the NS. Getting a little bit of farm, prepping yourself for that second nighttime phase is going to give him his Urn and or phase boots. That's a pretty good start for a Night Stalker. Now level 7 minutes in. He's getting a lot of experience right now. Great Fire Blast in the bottom lane. They have to lift up. They're going to put the Undying to sleep and just focus down the fish. The Crush is going to land, but it's not going to land onto anyone. Now Slash Strike's going to come in, smite the Slaughter. Dagger onto the Undying. Another Wraith Fire Blast is there. They're going to take down the Tombstone. 125 extra gold. Sonic Wave is up, so the Undying is not going to escape. And he'll drop to the Bane. 2 more kills for Abraxas' bottom lane, and they're just getting so much more than I really thought they would. This Wraith King is, I mean, that's not really what's doing it here. It's the management. It's the nightmare from the Bane. Just getting rid of the Undying off the table, killing off the Slaughter afterwards. And Slaughter not exactly super tanky. He is kind of bulky, but not exactly comfortably so. Chill in the top lane is in a lot of trouble, though he will grab himself. Now the Rocket Barrage will kill off the Night Stalker. Overcommitment from the NS will get him killed off. And Seal Kid will walk away to fight another day. Probably all the way back to the fountain, but, you know, it's better than dying. That is Night Stalker killed off during the nighttime phase. Maybe could have gotten that kill should he have picked up his phase boots. Maybe should have grabbed an urn beforehand so that he would get rewarded a little bit more should he have gotten that kill. But after all said and done, it's a death on the Night Stalker, and that's fine because it's still daytime right now. The worst time to die as Night Stalker is right at the beginning of the second nighttime phase. That's just disastrous. He can't do anything. But is he now going to get a little bit more experience? Again, phase boots drums. Phase boots urn. Why do I keep on saying that? Phase boots urn should be what he wants. The Abraxas are doing pretty well right now. Ninja Pyjamas find an Invis rune in the Slardar. They're going to be looking for area, though. I can't quite find him. Slaughter only level 5 at this point. Really needs his amplified damage if he's going to be truly effective in these fights. The fact that this Shadow Fiend is so far behind the Queen of Pain is really troubling. I mean, Slash Strike's Queen of Pain is legit. I mean, at this point, every team should have a legit Queen of Pain player. But outlaning the Shadow Fiend, forcing the Shadow Fiend completely into the jungle, means that the Queen of Pain is an absolutely free lane. And if anyone is going to come in, Pillows is going to be right there for the Nightmare. It is daytime phase, so now's the time, if there is going to be a time for Ninjas in Pyjamas to make an aggressive play, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be very successful. They might be considering diving this Rubik. Rubik's with Night Stalker. No, running to the Undying right now. Tombstone instantly deployed. Now here's a sprint in from the Slaughter. He immediately is going to hit with this crippling fear, however, so he has to run right by. Sonic Wave has already been deployed. They'll kill the Tombstone. Crush now onto Slash Strike. Raises coming in. It'll one lamb, two land on Slash Strike. That's Queen of Pain down. Joey gets put to sleep in the meantime. Undying slipping into the back lines. Uker in Ascendancy. Looking to come right back in, but another crush into the Rubik will kill him off. Chill. In a little bit of trouble perhaps, but it's only a dazzle if he even does die. Not really a big deal. He'll get Brain Sap down. Rocket Barrage onto Oker. Requiem is there. That'll kill out the Night Stalker. Ascendancy's stuck in a corner along with the Undying, just man fighting it out. But now Undying has a chance to get out of here and put the Wraith King in a corner. In the meantime, they're still chasing after Pillows. They have another crush soon. They'll crush down the Bane. Get the kill there. Undying will fall to the Wraith King after all said and done. But still, it's a 4 for 2 exchange in favor of Ninjas in Pyjamas. Just finding a better angle there. Like that Tombstone positioning, very difficult to deal with at any given point for Abraxas. They get a great Requiem off right in the middle of that fight. And Queen of Pain Sonic Wave, though it did land, didn't get any kills. Slash Strike now going to jump forward. Try to go for the Shadow Fiend. Just putting a little bit of damage onto him. Not really a huge deal there. But for Abraxas, this is really the point in time where they wish that Night Stalker had his ultimate. Unfortunately, they didn't, so Oker wasn't able to really do that much. And Wraith King did get a kill and did survive. Now has an armlet, so he can man fight with the best of them. Problem is that whoever he's going to try to go for is going to get graved up. And with the burst damage of a Gyrocopter, there's no guarantee that this armlet is actually going to save him. Rocket Barrage damage comes out very quickly. Still, it's Ninjas in Pyjamas to make a small leap in the net worth and really just map control during that daytime phase. But now it's nighttime. It's darkness right now, but soon it's going to be regular nighttime, and Uker is going to look to roam around. Again, he hasn't bought anything yet. It's kind of weird. I think he got a magic wand. I mean, that's fine, but it's kind of weird to see him not even buy that urn yet. Especially since it is just going to be second nighttime phase. Pillows, though, going to run into the Slardar. Has a Nightmare, though. Lost vision of him. Nightmare is not in range. That probably wouldn't have been a kill, but still a lot of free damage onto the fish. Whatever, shit happens. Not going to get all the kills all the time, right? Nighttime phase for the Night Stalker. Is he still going to just farm up here? I mean, there aren't really many super easy kills for Ninjas in Pyjamas, for Abraxas rather, to kill off on Ninjas in Pyjamas. But they should at least be looking for these things. Shadow Fiend has grabbed level 11 in the meantime. Queen of Pain somehow only level 8. She's been level 8 for so long. How is that possible? Like, the Shadow Fiend has led in net worth, and after the last fight, after him surviving and getting all those kills, I mean, that's, I guess, understandable. But Slash Strike has been in the mid lane the entire time. You would expect him to be at least level 11 by now. I mean, you know, close to it. He's nowhere close, really. This is a surprising passive phase from Abraxas. Again, this is nighttime, second nighttime. This is where they should be looking to grab tempo. But they're not. The Night Stalker's still up towards top lane, is getting a lot of gold. Is he just going to go straight Ags? I mean, that'll be fine, but then they're just putting all of their eggs into a Wraith King carry basket, which isn't necessarily bad. It's just going to be really, really outmatched by a Gyrocopter, Slardar, and Shadow Fiend. Like, Wraith King doesn't really have a lot of backup there. As the Night Stalker going straight for Ags, which I assume he's going to do, is going to be mostly a utility machine. And that's not bad, it's just not quite enough damage. Chibi, though, Ira is now gripped up. Uker's going to come in, void up the Gyrocopter. Can he get his call down before he dies? Well, he's not going to die just yet. Brain Sap will get the kill. Pilow's going to take quite a few hits right now. Tombstone is going to be deployed. Flesh Golem's there as well, but they see Slash Strike and Area coming in. They will just let the Undying take a snooze, and looks like it'll just be Area to fall. That's a aggressive move from Abraxas. And it's a Hand of Midas, actually, for the Night Stalker. Okay, interesting way to go for sure from Oker. Oh, they're going to drop the Tombstone and actually get a lift up onto the Undying. Void is there. Slash Strike has a Sonic Wave that will get the kill, and it will also cut through onto Joey in the back. Thinking about going for the Requiem, will not do so. Slaughter going to charge forward, looking for Area, who doesn't have a telekinesis right now, though with the Void, Slaughter's going to take a really big hit from that one. Blink forward from Slash Strike. Jonasavan is overcommitted to this one. Shadow Strike should kill him off, and it will eventually, though denied by Shadow Fiend, not bad. Chill's now in a little bit of trouble. He'll get stunned up, voided up, and brought down. 3 kills for Abraxas, or I guess 2 kills and 3 heroes off the map. This is the nighttime phase that I was expecting. Perhaps a little bit late, but better late than never, right? Wraith King with the Hand of Midas wants to be fighting. Kind of weird to see the Night Stalker not go for an early game based build with the Wraith King going for so much early game in the armlet. But hey, whatever works, right? As long as Ochre can get away with it. As long as Ascendancy can keep getting his farm or kills, they're going to be happy that they made these item decisions. Although still less than ideal. At least theoretically. Tower will be destroyed up towards top lane, and the Hand of Midas on Night Stalker does have quite a few benefits. Lift up over in the mid lane. Ira is going to get the call down this time. He's going to do a lot of damage to the Rubik. Rocket Barrage returned, however. Rubik with the help of Slash Strike should be able to kill off this Gyrocopter. They will. Amplify damage, doing its work there. Slash Strike just doing a little bit extra. Pillows also coming in. Does Nightmare up Seal Kid, but is going to see the Slaughter incoming, so he's going to back off right now. Does have the grip. And Jonas fan, does he really want to go in towards this? The heroes from Abraxas are coming in from behind. There is an Undying here, but they're going to be pinched between the tower. Now Chill in a little bit of trouble. Crippling Fear is there, so Chill doesn't have anything to cast right now. Blink forward, Scream for Slash Strike. He does not have a Sonic Wave. Requiem right on top of the Night Stalker will instantly kill him off. Now put a lot of damage into Ascendancy right now. He's going to have his Reincarnation pop. Slash Strike going to do what he can to try to kill off the Shadow Fiend, but now here comes Wraith King. He's back from the dead. In the meantime, Slaughter is going to get soloed by Pillows in the meantime. Brainsap should get this kill for the Bane, and it will. They take down the Shadow Fiend. Ascendancy still alive, is looking for the Undying. Lands a pretty nice 2-man decay. They'll work down the Tombstone. Now thinking about going for the Undying, but he has so much HP, plus 10 stick charges. He's not an easy kill. They're going to overshoot with the Blink. He's hiding in the trees, and they should know about it. And they should be able to find him and bring him down eventually. There it is. He gets another nice decay, but now lifted up. It's going to kill off the trees, allow him to escape, but that's not going to happen. Undying is going to die in the trees all by himself. And for Abraxas, they get a massive win. That positioning from the Bane was absolutely stellar. Like, he made sure that he was in a 1v1 engagement with the Slaughter, was able to take him out no problem whatsoever. Yeah, the Night Stalker sits right on top of a Requiem, and he doesn't get that much done. But that's why the Hand of Midas comes into play. Even if he is going to be the first one to fall, he will be able to recover down the line, and Ascendancy is now Filthy Rich 407. Slash Strike has his completed Orchid coming out to him. They get the call down on Slash Strike. He doesn't actually have a Blink. He blinked into this one. He's in a lot of trouble. Ira will get the kill freely. That is not supposed to happen. Just a pure and simple mistake from the Quab. That's a big kill for Ninjas in Pyjamas, a much needed kill. Not only is it a kill, they'll get themselves a tower off of that as well. They really just need Jonas Fan to survive these fights so that he can get his Blink Dagger. He's not too far away from it, but so far hasn't really been super influential on the Slaughter. It's of course not too late for him to start stepping up his game presence, but it almost seems like it is. Like, at this point, Blink Crush could have made so many victories, or small victories for Ninjas in Pyjamas happen. It is daytime again, so for Nip, it's time to go. Get a little bit of farm, at least on Jonas Fan. He'll clear out the bottom lane, looking for a tower. That will give Slaughter his Blink Dagger gold. There's a hero defending, if you can call this defending. Ascendancy is going to dig his way to freedom. TP out. Good idea. Now, if there was no Undying, no tree destruction here from Nip, then you could probably stay as the Wraith King, but it's not going to risk it. This tower is going to fall. That's going to give the Slaughter his Blink Dagger. And Abraxas, they're going to look for a tower trade over in mid. Already that tower not too healthy. It is fortifiable, however, and it most likely can be defended from Nip. They're going to bring back their Dazzle. Fortification is there. They're also teleporting back with their Shadow Fiend. And that's the Denier. That's his job right now. Deny the tower, and yeah, it'll work out. He has to be a little bit careful, but he's not going to get jumped by the Orchid Quap just yet. Slash Strike is holding on to so much kill power. The problem is he's walking into the wrong area. Blink Crush available on the Slaughter. If you Blink Crush into Slash Strike, you can buzz him down super quick. Alternatively, Pillows, that's a good one as well. He's going to get the Nightmare on himself. He will dodge the Crush. Here comes the call down, though. It's going to land onto 3 heroes. Tombstone is in the deck, and Pillows will drop first. Ochre going to get hit with a huge heal bomb. He's going to get chased down. Flat Cannon, not quite enough. Although it does seem like the Night Stalker is going to die to the Undying. That's a 2 kill for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Even with the missed Blink Crush, the Abraxas side just not in the correct position to take that fight. And now Nip, because they do have a little bit of minus armor and they do have a lot of plus armor because of the weave landing on themselves, are going to slide right into the Roche Pit. Should be able to grab this Aegis without too much of an issue. It's not the time for Abraxas to fight it out. First of all, being 3v5, automatically not good, but if they still have a Requiem, if they are to be crashed in this pit, it's not going to take them that long to clear it out anyway. Minus 10 armor, plus the S and Y maim, so it's a little bit safer there. Gyrocopter going to grab the Aegis. Gyro has double life, plus he has an S and Y. Sanjin Yasha might just be built up on the Shadow Fiend as well. And Abraxas, they're losing a little bit of steam right now. They've actually done really well up until this point, considering their draft. I really didn't like the Wraith King pick. Now Nip are starting to get their items up, their big items. Namely the stats on the Gyro and the Shadow Fiend, and the Blink Dagger on Slaughter. Anything else, like, this is, I guess, going to be an Aghanim Scepter for the Undying. I guess the Dazzle's going to go for a Glimmer Cape. Like, those are all fine items to have, but it's really the Blink Dagger and the Slaughter that's going to make the difference. And we'll see how much of a difference he's actually able to make. Yasha is also up on the Shadow Fiend, so doing even more damage now. But for Nip, they really aren't in that much of a rush. Wraith King, as fast as he's farming, we go for a Blade Mail, Armlet. These are items that fall off and need to be replaced later on. And here inherently isn't going to have enough late game, as I said before. Late game is all into the hands of Ninjas in Pyjamas. So they can slow roll this game as much as they want, as long as they group up and as long as they don't get picked off in a single target by single target basis, they'll be fine. They're going to look towards top lane and push that one down. It should be a pretty easy tower destruction. It's fortifiable, yeah, but Shadow Fiend's an absolute wrecking ball right now. And at the same time, Slash Strike going to run into the Slaughter right now. The Orchid should take him down. Kablamo. Slaughter to fall even after the mech. It seems like the mech was a little bit too late, actually. So yeah, Slaughter's walking into the wrong neighborhood. They'll lose the fish, but they will keep going with the Aegis. That's pretty bold from Nip. Yeah, it's not going to be punished just yet. They're all woven up defensively, so a hell of a lot of armor. As Ochre is going to arrive. He doesn't have anywhere resembling his Aghanims right now, but they're going to get Nightmare onto Chibi Tony right now. Stun into the Wraith, onto the Shadow Fiend. He's still going to pop his Requiem. However, Ascendancy's sitting right on it, but with the Blade Mail, he'll kill off the Shadow Fiend, and he'll reincarnate. However, he's going to reincarnate right into Chibi, and Ira's going to buzz him down with the Rocket Barrage grip, however, onto the Undying right now, preventing him from doing anything. It's still not going to stop the Gyrocopter, who still has the Sound Yasha, still has the Aegis. He's going to drop Ochre super low, force Slash Strike to blink out. Ochre's still going to slip away, though. Slash Strike still has a blink out of here. Pillows, in the meantime, going to kill off the Undying, as Chill is just taking a snooze. They're now going to be able to focus down Ira. He's going to get graved up once. He doesn't have any more damage, really. He will get blinked upon, still surviving the Scream of Pain, will turn around and fight for some more. Now here comes Slaughter, back from the dead, will bash down the Bane. Now amplify up damage onto the Slaughter. It's Slaughter, onto the Night Stalker rather. It's Slaughter and Gyrocopter versus the world. They have another Blink Crush soon, but no, he's going to get silenced out. They're still chasing. Have another Blink, have another Crush. Oh, it's not going to be in time. The Blink's constantly canceled. Now they get the lift up. Ira's not going to be able to get that kill. This missile is not going to do it. For Nip, they don't really take a fantastic fight there. That was a really slick move from the Wraith King. I mean, I'm pretty sure it surprised the Shadow Fiend as well. That was a pretty good Requiem, I guess, in the middle of the fight and everything. But yeah, you pop a fully charged Requiem in melee range of any hero, usually you're happy. Against a blade mailed hero, usually you're not that happy. It insta-killed him. Feels bad, man. Shadow Fiend getting a little bit of his own medicine. And yeah, Wraith King did die straight after, but shit, man. If you can keep doing that, then trading Reincarnation for Shadow Fiend is such a huge trade for Abraxas. It is nighttime again, and Night Stalker, well, he's going to go straight for his Aghanim Scepter. But still, I have concerns that Ascendancy isn't going to be getting enough farm. Really, no matter what he's going to go for, Assault Cuirass, probably somewhere in his build. Any strength item, really, a Mjolnir, not bad. Is that really going to be enough to compete up with the Shadow Fiend and Gyrocopter? Because we saw how long, first of all, Ira was able to survive in those fights, let alone how much damage he was able to do. He's just going to shove the top lane, and for Abraxas, they're going to be hard-pressed to defend. Granted, this is an Aegis-less push. There's no Aegis for Ira anymore. But still, they have so much brute force, and as long as they keep this Dazzle in the back, very far in the back, he should be fine, and he's going to make sure that everyone else is fine as well. Abraxas are in no position, first of all, to defend this, like, with their heroes positioning. It is fortifiable, this tower, but it's not even worth their time. Gyrocopter will destroy it. Now, going for high ground, that's a little bit too much for Nip. They should back off and look for a pick-off or something like that. Look for the other tier 2s. Looks like Slaughter is looking for a pick-off. Not an easy find, however. Queen of Pain's not super tanky. Pillows neither, but Blink, Crush, Amplify. I don't think he has enough damage to do this. He'll get silenced with the Haster and he'll run away. I guess committing nothing. He's going to draw out the Orchid. And he has backup incoming. Not super quickly. The Shadow Strike is canceling that Blink Daggers. Now he's going to get voided up. He's still sprinting, though, so he's going to get a lot of distance away from himself and the Night Stalker. Again, the backup is coming, but it's not fast enough. Yet still, they're not looking for a fight, Nip. They're looking for towers. If they take a fight, fine, so be it. I'm pretty sure they'll be happy with that. With the Undying, they should be able to win that fight. Not without any trades, but, you know, at least bring some heroes down and at least have an even engagement. And this tower already taking a lot of damage. Again, no trades in sight for Abraxas. As Nip will just chip it down, easy peasy. Delicious, delicious. Jeez. That's S and Y completed on the Shadow Fiend. That's Ira with his BKB already flying out towards him. Alternatively for Joey, it looks like it's going to be a Manta Style instead. Oh yeah, I mean, there is a Night Stalker on the other end, so completely justifiable. You can also dodge Wraithfire Blast, and if you get stunned by it, you could get rid of the slow burn afterwards, so Yeah, this is definitely the better item here for SF.
Regeneration.
Daylight has broken. They see Ascendancy, or they saw him. I don't think they can actually make a play. But Nip got away with those 2 tower pushes during the darkness. So the fact that it's daytime right now means that if they took free tier 2 towers, they might as well go for a 3rd, the hat trick. In the meantime, they have Slardar. He's stalking area right now. He's going to blink away. Yeah, he didn't see him. I don't think there's any way that he saw him. No, I mean, the Radiant are kind of blind right now. But they know that their towers are being pushed, and they know that they really can't do much about it. Blink Crush onto the area right now. 1 raise and 1 hit, gonna get the kill. Now Pillow's in a little bit of trouble. They don't have any more crowd control effects right now, though another stun is gonna land. No, it's not gonna quite do it. Stun onto Slardar. He's gonna get a lot of distance away. He's gonna get healed up, no big deal. Tower will be destroyed after all is said and done. Slash Strike, he's doing what he can up on top, but it's just not enough. Nip will clear out the rest of the tier 2s. And now this is the objective for them. Of course, get a couple more items up. Ideally, someone pick up an AC, or at the very least, match style BKB, which still, okay, the BKB is delivered. What's on the courier? Whose is this? It's the Slaughter's BKB. Also not bad. They kill off Slash Strike, fine. I don't think they're going to be able to do so, though. Oh, they see him still. They're going to get the tower denied. Blink, Crush. Oh, it's blind and it misses. Slash Strike blinks to the left and TPs. But Pillows, in the meantime, is going to run to the Shadow Fiend. Is going to be not able to get the Nightmare off. Gets a Brain Sap. He has the Grip. He has backup coming in. Grip is going to be on the wrong one. He grips the Illusion, I think. Either that or the Illusion kills him off. Either way, Bane down. Trying to mess with Shadow Fiend. Not a good plan, I would say. And Nip get another free pick. They're getting all these items, and it's still not really a decisive gold lead in their favor, but it's definitely momentum in their lead. They're just going to be waiting for this Roshan, just chilling until then. Again, Assault Cuirass, BKBs. These are the items that Nip really want to be waiting for. Can they cliff Joey? No, not going to happen. I don't think they can get anything really substantial aside from those items. Undying, maybe going to go for a Glimmer. Got Medallion being built up on Chill, actually, so that's going to be completed. It's small, but it's something, and Dazzle's not really super wealthy, so we can't really be too picky about it. They're looking for Joey now over towards bottom, but even with the Blink, Rubik, and Night Stalker in the area, that's not enough to kill off this Night Stalker super convincingly. Or the Shadow Fiend super convincingly, rather. Which will be able to Manta Split off the Void Slow and or the Crippling Fear. Then you're just going to walk away. They don't have anything else after that. Roshan is going to respawn, and Nip are going to go right to it. Amplified damage going to be eaten by the spell block. But thankfully, Slaughter has a really low cooldown, so there's another one. Now Roche can die super quickly. There's no response here for Abraxas. No significant split push either. Hey, look at that. They didn't get the medallion delivered halfway through. Easy Roche, easy life. Now easy high ground push, question mark? That should still be the plan here for Nip. They may want to go for a pickoff beforehand, but I mean, the respawn timers are so low at this point, I'm not even sure if that's really necessary. Again, they're not really waiting for any huge core items. Helm of the Dominator, pretty good on the Gyrocopter, but as far as busting up high ground, you can definitely do a lot better. Pillow's immediately getting grip. Era up on the top lane. Sonic Wave deployed. Gyrocopter not dead just yet. Chill coming in with the Grave. And now the BKB popped on Era. He's going to turn things around with the Black Cannon. Do a hell of a lot of damage towards Pillow specifically, who's going to get crushed and drop the missile upon. Oh, BKB. First charge out from the Gyrocopter, but it ends up saving his bacon. And they also do get their pick off. It's not exactly the style that Nip were expecting, I'm sure. But I'm also pretty sure that they're going to be okay with how that went. Granted, this BKB is going to be down for another minute, so that push is going to be delayed for at least that much time. But still, they get the pick off, and they get to read that at the very least, Gyrocopter won't die to those heroes. Joey, however, going to run into the Rubik. Has an Aegis, has a Manta style, so killing this guy off is not easy. He's going to dodge Wraithfire Blaster right now, zap down the Rubik with a raise. He'll get stunned in the end. It looks like he didn't dodge it. It was held instead. But Joey's still looking to use just the Aegis right now. He has backup right around the corner. Can he live for that long? Night Stalker is going to see it coming because he gets the Aghanim Scepter delivered, and looks like they're going to try to disengage away from the Shadow Fiend, who's going to chase forward. Ascendancy is going to blink into the trees. He should be just fine. Everyone else also in the trees should also be just fine, although Slaughter is going to catch Isis and Slash Strike, I think. No, he's going to guess wrong. He's going to go downriver instead. But still, it's the Rubik to fall in exchange for the Aegis. Nip will not be super comfortable pushing with the Aegis, but they're probably going to go for it anyway because of how just rawly powerful they are right now. Sonic Wave is not Aghanim. The Queen of Pain has gone for an Assault Cuirass instead, which I do love on Queen of Pain, but I just don't think it's quite as good as Aghanim's in this situation when their high ground is going to be actively pushed. So much armor being built up in this Gyrocopter right now. He's woven up. It's level 2 at this point. Blink Crush onto Pillows. No follow-up, however, as Ira gets put to sleep. He'll let that one run its course and pop right back in, and he'll start right-clicking away. They'll throw out some spells occasionally. Decay stolen by Very Famous. That's not really going to do a ton here, I don't think. They get another Nightmare into the Gyrocopter, but with Chill in the back lines, he's not really in any trouble. Era has a BKB if needed. That crush was what? That crush wasn't good. But it's fine, since Chill, he's running kind of low on mana. Oh, Area, you get into the front. Crush is there. Can they bring down the Rubric? Nightmare is going to save him for a little while, but not enough. He gets annihilated by the Gyrocopter. It's killing spree for Era right now. Tower has fallen, and the gates are wide open. They'll kill the creep wave super quickly. And they have another flat cannon available. Ascendancy, he's starting to lose some strength here. And then dying front line. Blink Crush onto 2. Here's the call down as well. It's going to land only into Ascendancy, but his reincarnation is going to go down to tubes immediately. I think Slaughter is drawing everyone's attention on the back lines. He's keeping everyone entertained right now, and Pillow's going to get a grip off, but he's going to pay for it with his life. As Slaughter's going to get graved up, he's going to be just fine. Here comes the buybacks. It's Bane. It's Slash Strike back into the fray. Pillow's going to get the Nightmare off onto the Shadow Fiend. Going to get instantly pulled off by the Undying, who's going to be probably left for dead here, but Joey's going to wind up a pretty big Requiem. Will destroy the Very Famous Area, and while the Undying's going to jam it home, will end up losing his life. But is only 300 gold, or 30 gold away rather, from his Aghanim Scepter. Outside of that, they do take melee Raxes. 30 minutes in, and Nip get their timing push to go in just properly. But outside of that, Aghanim Scepter, which is going to be built up for the Undying by the time the next push rolls around, 3,300 gold in the Gyrocopter. Wouldn't be surprised to see an Eagle Song right now, or Demon Edge. There we go. Shadow Fiend just straight bought a BKB, I believe. Yeah, there it is, on the floor for some reason, and Slaughter is only about 100 gold away from completing his. So Nip get a huge amount of items after that last fight, significant items as well. Like, Aghanim Scepter on Undying is no joke, especially up against the Night Stalker and Wraith King, who just isn't really doing enough in these fights. Wait, what? Hold on. When... Wait, what? Am I just a terrible caster? Was there a race going on there that I just did not realize? What the hell happened? Were they... What? Looks like Queen of Pain was pushing with the Assault Cuirass. What the hell happened? Did I just like completely miss that? I'm so embarrassed right now. I have no idea what happened, but Slaughter has an Invis Rune. He has a Blink Crush. Sizz Pillows. Ochre has no gem right now. The Blink Crush onto the Bane. Is gonna land properly? There goes the Bane immediately afterwards. They're looking for a couple bashes now onto the Night Stalker. He has no Blink Dagger or anything like that. He's amped up, so his escape route not really there. They're gonna leave it to Era to take him down, and they will do just that. That's gonna be 2 kills for the NIP side. But yeah, it looks like while they were fighting in the bottom lane, the Queen of Pain was just pushing mid the entire time. And I just completely missed it, guys. I'm so sorry. Queen of Pain was able to take Raxes while that was happening. Like, holy crap, I just did not see that one coming. Well, I mean, that's why Assault Cuirass is good on the co-op, I suppose. Because, yeah, Rax is taken in favor of Abraxas, and they're actually Raxes ahead right now, but the push is going to come once again. Queen of Pain on the split push train. Let's see if she's fast enough. It doesn't really look like it, because Night Stalker and Bane are both down. They get the jump in. Going to connect onto no one. Crush now stolen. But, yeah, Queen of Pain is not even going to get to the tier 3s by the time these Raxes are going to fall. Ascendancy's going to throw a stun out. He's now going to try to clean out the Tombstone, but taking so much damage for it. They're going to lift up Ear, has a BKB. He should pop it ASAP right now. He's not taking any damage, actually. He's not even going to pop it. Blink forward, Crush onto Ascendancy now. There goes the Reincarnation. Going to slow down absolutely everyone. Call down is there. Crush is going to interrupt the channeling from Joey. Now the Requiem is on from Pillows. Joey's not going to get that much out, but Pillows is going to fall in the midst of everything. Joey now going to wind up the Requiem. Not do any damage with it, but still Crush onto Ochre. With the amplified damage, it'll take him down. Triple kill for Era. They're going to kill off a whole boatload of Abraxas heroes, take down the melee Raxes, equalize that lane, and should be tanky enough to go for more. There's so much strength stolen here on the Undying. He may get silenced, but does he really care? I don't believe he does. A couple of heals from the Dazzle, a couple of soul rips. He's going to be A-okay. 3 heroes down for Abraxas. They just don't have the manpower to hold this. And yeah, the Raxes are going to fall. They have already taken down the rest of the bottom lane. Looks like the creeps are able to do that. This is going to be Megas, and that means it's going to be game. Shit, I can't believe I did not see that mid lane Raxes being taken. You know, just a Rax trade casually. But now here we go. Desolator picked up on the Queen of Pain. Here's the desperation push to end all desperation pushes. I'm not sure if it's gonna be enough since Megas are really difficult to deal with on Abraxas' team. Like almost impossible. They're all single target based. You don't even have an Aghanim Scepter on the Queen of Pain to blow up a creep wave. Essentially has no AoE. I think Nip might just have claimed the victory there. Now they have all the time in the world to slow roll it. I'm pretty sure the Megas can just win them the game anyway. Yeah, but they're going to clear out an Ancient stack because, you know, that's what you should be doing as a good team. Clearing out Ancients and such. But yeah, Abraxas, they can no longer really leave their base. I don't know what the plan is here for Abraxas. Like, this Queen of Pain has gone for the most awesome build of all time. It's far from your standard caster build, let's just say, but yeah, they are vastly underfarmed at this point compared to Nip. They're facing up against Megas. There are Megas, right? I'm not just freaking blind. Yeah, there are no more Raxes up here for Abraxas. And for Nip, there's no reason for them to even go into the enemy base at this point. Just wait. Just wait and go for Roshan, because what's the rush, man? The enemy team isn't getting jack for farm as far as these creeps are concerned. You can farm the entire map, both jungles, and you already are very ahead. Let's see if Abraxas can hold. Sooner or later, these buildings are gonna die. Like, and these buildings don't really do anything. They're just like buffer units, buffer structures. The effigy's down, disaster. But this is like mean PvE. And look at this, like Nipper's chilling. They could actually just walk away from their computers right now and just, maybe not forever, but for a couple minutes. It's party time in the Roche pit. Like, they have Megas. There's nothing else that has to worry them. Like, actually party time. In the meantime, like, while they're jamming out over here, Abraxas are like, oh god, how do we defend? I wish we had more farm on our Wraith King. I wish this Wraith King was a gyrocopter. Yes, I'm gonna bring that up again. You know, Flesh Golem. This is great. Like, again, I don't really know how Abraxas are gonna come back from this. They're not dying yet, I guess. But what's the end game here? They're actually doing a pretty valiant job at clearing these. Like, they're eventually gonna lose all these like outer stupid effigy structures. Like, this one catapult is doing some serious work right now. Poor Meepo. Oh, Cardi not quite gonna do it. But yeah, like, this is it. It's just waiting time. BKB charges, why not? What else do you guys want to do? You want to sell your items? You want to re-itemize? Time to make a courier train? Is it time for that yet? Meantime, Ira's try hard farming. Like, look at this guy. What the hell? You're supposed to be using call down on creeps. By creeps, I mean the empty camps. Like, these need to have missiles right now. The slow burn feels bad, man. All right, this is getting a little bit tiring. Like, there's actually nothing happening. Like, Nip have not moved from this spot for like the past 2 minutes. And Abraxas are struggling, and hey, look, Roshan's finally up. They're gonna swoop right in. No amplify damage just yet, but there it is. How long is it gonna take? Well, not long at all. This is a cheese Roshan as well. It's gonna be grabbed by the Slardar, it seems. Yeah, there we go. Plus Aegis and the Shadow Fiend. So here comes the death blow. And Abraxas are barely holding up against Megas, although they have managed to push out the waves decently. I mean, not terribly done for them. That was actually not a bad hold up against Megas, but it was just Megas, no enemy heroes involved. And you know, usually heroes are stronger than Megas. Ordinarily, they are. They have a Daedalus on the Shadow Fiend, they got a Daedalus on the Gyrocopter plus a Sange. I guess SMY built into a Manta style, I suppose, so just a Manta instead. And here we go, just swagging down the mid lane. Slash Strike, Blink, Crush, not a great way to start your defense right now. Slash Strike immediately taken out. He's gonna drop first. Zenith is gonna blink right in, use his reincarnation, yeah, but he's gonna respond right into a Requiem. Blade Mail not gonna do anything against the BKBs. He'll fall, Queen of Pain forced to buy out. We'll get a pretty nice Sonic Wave out, but you know, Chibi is right in the front line, just buzzing everyone with the guns. Double kill beyond Godlike Spree. It just takes Nip a little bit of time to wait for that Aegis, and there we go. It's gonna be game. Slash Strike just wants one for the road, it seems. Actually doing a decent amount of damage. The split pushing Queen of Pain stole Rax's from under Nip's nose, from under my nose. But it's not enough to bring them back in. Next to impossible to cover up against Megas if you're not, going to take out all the heroes in the process. After 38 minutes, Ninjas in Pyjamas are going to claim game 1 up against Abraxas. It wasn't really the cleanest game. But you know what? It doesn't matter how clean the game is. Hopefully their names are going to be right for the next match. This is, of course, game 1. There's another one coming up, guys. I'm Mikelorus. It's been a pleasure casting these games so far, and there is one more game left. Game 2, Abraxas and Nip. Going to be coming up in just a little bit, guys. Stay tuned for that.